Hello, everybody. Hello. What's going on? Welcome. What's up, Deblato? How's it going? Welcome in. It's crazy, I know. Alright, but yeah, today we're going to be working on just a little bit of quality of life stuff. I've been meaning to get around to this at some point, but yeah, we're going to do it. Basically, what I want to do is a couple things. I want to add some info for where items can be used in, like what building they can be used in. I'd also love to show the little info panel when it's a placeholder item and not a real item. It would just make it easier for people to see stuff and understand recipes. So that's probably what we'll do. But yeah. But yeah, just getting everything ready to go. So we're offline? No, we're fine. I don't know what's going on. All right, let me, my taskbar is like broken. I can't, do anything. Let me fix this. I do get a little tired of Windows and its Windows Explorer being so unstable. I always have to restart it and stuff. I don't know why. Okay. I just gotta open the project. Ooh, start the project. So. I had some issues this morning getting stream started because for some reason Malwarebytes blocked the connection to the restream server. So I had to go mess with that and fix that. But we're good now. Anyway, so yeah, the suggestion, there's one left on the server, which has, let's see, where is that? Two things, yeah, tooltips on placeholders, and being able to open other inventories while in an inventory, which I don't think will be too bad. So we could do that.
Let me tell you about a story I experienced. My ointment dried up, mine was laborious. I needed moisture, and I need cream. Lotion is my only drink.
Let's swap over to the screen. I think it's just getting started up here. Doing pretty good, just a bit tired from both school and work at the same time. Should be working today, but cyber attacks got happened today for some reason. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel that. That's always how I felt doing school and stream stuff at the same time. It was always just like, I was too tired for both of them. Yeah. I'd be at school all day and I was tired from working on games, and then because I was school all day, I'm too tired to work on games. So, it's kind of, yeah, it really sucks. I was school in 8 hours, geez. Yeah, that's a lot. That's pretty crazy. At least school is temporary. Work is forever, though, unfortunately. Okay, so let's take a look at these placeholders. So, item slot. This is the node that holds the items, and then down here is our info panel. Or I think it's displayed right there. So, in here I'm pretty sure there's a spot. Oh yeah, we don't do this disable stuff anymore. Okay. So I believe it's in... Yeah, this is set info panel. Description stuff. Highlight. On mouse entered. So yeah. We will change that. So on mouse entered it does highlight, and I think that makes the thing visible somewhere. info panel dot visible. Maybe it's in here. Oh, it's just as whether the name label is visible or not. So, yeah. So basically, it'll make the panel visible whenever we hover over. Gonna use Godot for a school project, by the way. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I really wish I could have used Godot for school. I always really hated how, with everything, it was always like, I was forced to use a really specific, like, language or tool and stuff, and I felt like I was never actually able to, like, you know, branch out and learn different programs and stuff, you know? It was kind of disappointing. Because it was always just really sucky stuff I had to use, you know? Like, I remember my C++ course, they required us to use a super old version of C++. I don't remember which one it was, but it was from like 1997 or something. Like, it's like, why are we using this version? Like, why do we not use the new one? I mean, there's a reason, I feel like there's a reason why there's a new version now. So I don't know. That was always frustrating. Luckily, some of my later classes kind of gave me more freedom with that kind of stuff, but man, that was annoying though. So anyways, I thought of something here that I think would work much better for these slots. It would be more performant. Not that it's a huge issue or anything right now, but one thing I've noticed is that whenever we change the item slots in here, it changes it up in the like the inventory, which is just a kind of a bad way of doing it, because it does it up in here, and like this is where it sets all the stuff, but that's kind of, yeah, really stupid. So like honestly here and stuff, I think it's fine to set the image, but instead of setting all the text and stuff, I mean, I can set the name label, but I think the description should be dynamically created. I think it would just be better that way. But yeah, my point is that I want to save the ID. So item ID is just going to be a string, and that way I can get the information about the item. Pretty much create 80% of the school programming and CS curriculum, so you can basically do whatever you want. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of glad I'm done with school. There's a lot I didn't enjoy with that. It just felt like it was always like, I mean, I get that they kind of have to in some sense, but it felt like I was always like taught to be this specific kind of job of like this software engineer for big company. And I know most people probably will end up in that situation, but it just felt like there was no other routes with the curriculum I went through, you know? Even though you don't, you could work for a small company or you could be a game developer, there's lots of different forms of programming, and it felt like I just never had the opportunity to like learn about that kind of stuff. That's always what I was disappointed about. But, yeah. Okay, so update slots is where it does all this stuff. Now, as you can see, this is a lot of things happening. Yeah, you know what we can do all this is when the slot is hovered over. Right, this is ridiculous. So what I'm just going to do in here, say if it's not null, we're going to say slot.itemID is equal to inventory data I.id. And now all of this stuff I can move into the slot, because really it shouldn't be here. So we can just say, actually, even for this, it'll just end up being moved. Now, there are some things in here, like that's fine. Loading the texture and stuff and the amount, that's fine. Keep that stuff the same, right? There's a couple things in here that I should probably change. So let's run through and make sure that there isn't. Problem I have with schools that they prioritize documentation over actual learning. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a really big emphasis on that for me too. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of gripes with how that was all taught. I feel like I don't know. The curriculum just seemed outdated. Especially like I really felt that with the web development classes. I was like, oh my god. Because it was just programming in just raw HTML. And it's like, I feel like it's probably not a very good method. I feel like people probably don't do this anymore for real websites. So, yeah. Texture. Okay, so these things can stay. So basically, oh, I do have to get item data here, which is fine. So that's gonna set the sprite. That's gonna check the amount and set the amount. And then that's gonna set the name label. So that's fine, and then this is getting exclusive tags. I don't remember exactly how that works, but I know it does. And then down here is where we'll do the other stuff, right? We can also do the frame color, keep that. But then everything after that, this stuff is all the panel. Right, and so I don't want that to be calculated in here, because that's like, we can just calculate this stuff only when the mouse is hovered over. And it'll mean that inventories have less of a stutter. Gonna be back in a minute, sounds good. So now we can go to the item slot and we can say, you know, you can honestly move it into set info panel. And we'll just create a new function called update info panel. See, so now I can just calculate all this stuff, and then instead of that function, I can just merge this stuff over and right. So item data is not declared. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna make this invisible now. So var item data will be yeah, global.get item data item ID. Then also in our display, when we set it back to null, I'm gonna say slot dot item ID is null. It's because it's a string. Set it to an empty string. Alrighty. So stats. It's not declared. Don't know why that is. Oh, stats and description. That's just That'll just be panel text. And then description is just going to be is item data dot description. Well, I'll just say get description because I don't know if that's going to be valid. So if description, okay. So we should be good to go. And then now we're going to run this function update info panel inside of our mouse hovered thing, right? In highlight. Or actually in force highlight, really. We're gonna say update info panel. So yeah, hopefully it'll be pretty performant. We'll see. We might make inventories feel a little more snappy since it doesn't have to process as many things right off the bat. So. So now that we have this all kind of set up, it means we can also set this item ID when it's just a placeholder. And that's a pretty nice thing. Oh, ignoring that function. So it looks like it's working just fine. It shows the description and stuff. And when we go in here, like, let's go find something that's has like tags. Yeah, like the moongrass has a tag. See how it looks like everything's working really well. That has like weapon stats. Inventories do feel slightly more snappy. I can work more on that kind of stuff and make this even faster. But I think it's already a nice little improvement. I want to make these load as quick as possible. I don't really want much stutter. Alrighty. You know, one person is saying if they could click on other inventories. Doesn't look like you can. I probably disabled that for a reason. So now we can also add the same thing to placeholders, which is very nice. So let's do that. So it's going to be a similar process as to here, basically. Let's update inventory. Where is update placeholders? So this gets all the stuff and does it here. Okay. Okay, so this update placeholders, I think, runs regularly. Yeah, so it keeps doing it. So it's fine. We can do that. So this is just checking if it's an array or not. So I can ignore a lot of this stuff. Really, the only other thing I want to do in here is just this. Set the ID. Don't think I want to do the other stuff. Yeah, let's hide all this business. It's hard to tell what's what. Okay. Just gonna put it all down here. Well, I think that's the only thing we need. Because it calculates the description stuff just based off of the ID, so. Sorry for the short live check-in. I need to go help a friend in need. No problem at all. Thanks for popping into Blotto. I appreciate it. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Okay, so that'll set that to that ID. And then same with this down here, so we'll just set that ID. Now, theoretically, we should be able to hover over placeholders and it should show info. What is this? Oh, yeah, this isn't going to be the inventory data ID. This is just going to be, like the slot filter. So we're saying slot filters I. And let's see here. And then here it's going to be slot filters I. Os position. Alright. Let's give that a try. So, oh yeah, I can't actually hover over them. I just have to make a change to item slot because it says like, well, if you're not actually valid, then don't, you know. I think it's like something in here. Placeholder. It's visible. No, placeholder is visible. Somewhere I think it's over in the highlight check, I believe. So it's because the item texture is null. I'm just gonna say if, let's see, if that one or the preview texture is not null. Hey, what's up, Psycho? How's it going? What are you up to? So yeah, I'm gonna say if the placeholder texture is valid. Doesn't seem to work. There must be another part of this that I'm not doing right. So on mouse entered, we do highlight. And that's going to check that, which force highlight does that. Sets that to visible. Should be working. Oh. It's not equal to null. That's oops. Still can't seem to hover over placeholder stuff. Not sure why. Just chilling, I'm looking at some stuff for a costume. Oh, nice. Yeah, not much. I'm just kind of working on some low quality of life things for Starground. I'm making it so that these items can be, like the placeholders can be moused over so you can see what that item is. Should just help with like figuring out recipes and stuff. It's not always obvious based off the icon. I'm just having trouble getting the actual thing to, like, work. Let's see. I think it's this one. No. Yeah, just trying to figure out where that is. Visible is a name label visible and can display info. Just trying to figure out where that. So that's set to false, and then if panel text. That's true. Yeah, so I wonder why it's not. I can't seem to hover over it. Let's just print out if that function's actually working. And highlight. Print. Hey, Oshik, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, it looks like it's... Oh, no, it's not. I just don't know why it's not showing it there, right? Actually, it looks like it is. So it is running this. But for some reason, it's just not running this. Even though it should be. Because it's saying if the placeholder is not null, then do the highlight. It should set the name label visible. It should do all the stuff. But I don't know why it's not working. So if that is not null, or that is not null. Right. It works with regular. Maybe I just need to restart the game. It could be that, you know, those scenes are preloaded or something. Yeah, what I'm working on, Oshik, is making it so that when you hover over the placeholder items, it actually shows what the item is. Obviously, in the past, it's just been kind of just an image that's there, right? And so it's hard to tell if what that item is. Should help a lot with a lot of things, just trying to figure out what item goes where and stuff for recipes. Still doesn't work though. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's really odd. Right. I'm gonna print whatever this is when it's not null. So yeah, it's true, which means it's not null. So really this should be getting ran. And it should be running that force highlight function. Yeah, so I mean this is getting run, which means force highlight's getting run. So it's making the name label visible. I bet what it is this up here. I think it's this one. I think we need to modify this. Placeholder. I think that's probably the issue. There we go. So now you can hover over placeholders. Obviously it doesn't have a name set, just because I don't do that with the placeholders, but I can easily change that. Right. And I'm kind of thinking about just making it display the name here when, instead of setting it in the script, I just do it when you hover over it. It would make more sense to do it that way. And honestly, same with the amounts too, probably. But I'll wait on that for now. So what I can do up inside of the update slots script, I'm just going to take the stuff here about the name, and we can move that out. I guess I'll also just go ahead and set the amount, honestly. I'll just do this. And then we'll move this stuff out. And then here we're just gonna say slot dot amount is equal to 0. And that's pretty much it there. So back inside of our item slot, now we can just say on mouse hovered on this info panel update thing, right? I'm just gonna set the amounts and stuff. So I'm just gonna say if amount is greater than 1, we'll have another variable up here that's just gonna be var amount. It'll be an int, that's 0. So if our amount is greater than 1, then we'll set the frame. I think I get here, but maybe not. Oops. I've been trying to think of ideas for what we were talking about a few days ago. I'll write down anything that comes to mind, you know? Yeah, I'd definitely do that. Let me know if any good ideas come from that. Actually, we don't have to... Let's see. No, this will work. Just do that. Otherwise, that's going to be equal to nothing. And then for this, we're just going to say, get the name label, which is going to be this. .text will be item data.name. So yeah, pretty straightforward. And then in inventory display, we can get rid of some stuff, I believe. Well, first off, get rid of that. So all we do now is we just set the amount and the ID. That's pretty much almost everything we need for updating stuff. The reason I didn't do that in the past is because we didn't have an ID system back then. Like, items didn't have IDs, and so I needed to actually grab the string that was stored in the item. And it's a stupid way of doing it, for sure. But that's why we're changing it now. So... snooze the ad. Okay, so it should all be working pretty well then. This also means that when we're initially updating that inventory and creating it, we don't have to run get node anymore. And that's going to be a enormous speed up, I think, for just opening these inventories and stuff. Not having to run get node so many times, especially for smaller ones like this. I mean, look how that's pretty snappy. Okay, so now we should be able to hover over this and it shows that it's wood. Yeah. So that's good. We can now see when things are a placeholder. And I'm also considering making empty slots. Ooh, that was funny. It's because we took that out. Looks like some amount stuff is a little funky. Which is fine. It's because we have to update things. Let's see. Some things do have to be updated continuously. So the only thing we have to update live is going to be the amount. So I'll just have a thing in here that's just slot.update. That means this stuff we can also change. Yeah, I guess the stuff that's specifically for the frame, now I can move into here. So we'll just have an update function, and then it'll do all this stuff in here, like the texture and all that business. Yeah, like stuff that needs to be updated when, or needs to be updated live, you know. Now, there are some very minor issues that I see with this. I think we can definitely work them out. But for example, if we have this setup, and we have a stack of items here. Right, what's going to happen is that it's going to do that, but it still shows 3. So yeah, we'll have to figure it out. I'm going to move item data up here. See, that's item ID. I guess it's really pretty performant. Let's just do that. Get artifact. So we're going to change the frame sprite. And then if it's held, do that business. Otherwise, yeah. All right. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? How you doing? But that's the actual, like, inventory data. So anything that actually accesses the inventory data, I am going to do inside of here. So undo what I just did here. Right here. So like this stays in there, which is fine. Do slot that update after this stuff. Okay. So the frame, I'm gonna change that to that. And instead of update, that's also where we do our amount stuff. So if inventory.held, oh yeah, we don't do that here now. Okay, so that should fix our issues with all that business now. Oh. So it's not deleting the amount thing on older slots. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't actually put the amount text in, did I? Amount is greater than 1. Set it to that, otherwise set it to that. Well, that should work. I don't know what's wrong with that. Also, we got an ad going 1 second. I apologize. That should be working, because it should say amount is greater than 1, so it's not, and so it sets it to nothing. Right. I guess we don't update the slot after it's null? Yeah, I think that's the issue. So we say slot that update there, but we also need to update it again down here. There we go. And then are these old good? That shows NAI. Interesting. Oh yeah, it's because the item ID doesn't get updated. That's fine, we can fix that. Okay, let's go back to what we were testing. So if I have like an item in here and I'm hovered over, okay, yeah, it goes away. So I think we're probably all good then. I can't think of a moment where it would, well, that happens, right? Still shows processor or gemstone, right? Like that's not a processor. So I do it to fix that. I wish I could also display that same info here, but a little harder to do that. Just so you could like see what these buildings actually use. I'm wondering if there's a way I could do that, where you could like lock it to a building and then it shows your things over here. Right. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, this seems to be working pretty well, though. The only thing that I have to fix is this swapping thing, right? So let's see. Update placeholders. So where does it do that at, right? Slot filters. Well, really, this is an inventory data. It should change it. Right, it'll do update placeholders. Well, I need it to do not placeholders, just update slots. So where does it do update slots? It just does that in update inventory. So where does it do update inventory? Inventory data is not equal to last inventory data. So it should work here. Just have to figure out why it doesn't update. Oh yeah, it's just because we have to do it on... Yeah, it'll be fine. So here we can just move the name label one over to update. Should be fine. And that should fix that stuff. Well, I guess that same issue could happen with the description panel. So we have to update this whole panel over here anyways. So we have to figure out how we can check for that. I guess we could emit a signal. Right, when an item ID has changed. Trying to think how this would work. So I have the mouse over. So we say update, we can just also run update info panel. But I only want to do it when the ID changes, right? So I think we need to have another function in here, which is like function set item ID. And then we can say update info panel and update in here. And then say item ID is equal to new ID. So that'll probably work. New ID, oopsies. So instead of how we were doing it before, where we just kind of see an update slots. Alright, we just set it. We can say slot.set item ID with the ID, which is gonna be this. Okay. So anywhere I do that, I need to change it to that now. Same with that. Okay. That sets the amount placeholder. I didn't realize that was here. I may change that. It'll also be in our update function, but it's okay for now, I guess. All right, so that should update everything now. So we shouldn't get that issue anymore, like when we have an item. See, it instantly updates to stone brick now. Has like a weird little stutter though. I don't know why it does it like that. Kind of weird, but I wish I could also have it automatically hover when I move an item like that. I've always found that to be just a little bit of an annoying thing. Maybe I could fix that. Okay, but yeah, we should be good to go. I'm just gonna open an inventory and like make sure that this stuff updates. It should, but yeah, we're good. Yeah, I just wanted to change that, especially for something like a furnace, because now let's go build a furnace, right? It's like it should update with what this slot is in here now. Obviously, you can see it's not. So I have to figure out why. But we're getting there. So that's a placeholder. This is the one where it loops through. So we say set the texture. Of eye pause. Yeah. So it should be working. I'm going to print what that ID is to make sure we're good here. See, it's looping through, so I don't know why it's not working. Because down in here we have a timer for that. Or we say right here, update placeholders. So I'm just gonna print that. Yeah, see, so it shows the big list of all the things we're updating. So we're updating the ores and then the fuels. So we can say like, okay, well, we know it's an array. So we can do this. Yeah, so see, it shows copper ore, wood, iron ore, biofuel. So that's working. So if that is not nothing, we're gonna say get the texture. Yeah, I don't know why it's not printing that. See, it's not printing. Why is that? I guess I can just move it up into here. I mean, there we go. So see, now when we look in something like this, a furnace, it's like, what is that item? You can just hover over it and it shows it. You know? So it should hopefully just make things a little bit easier. So that's all looking pretty good. The only thing that I don't like is that weird name label snapping. I don't know what that's from. I have a feeling that it's because this item slot has this script. Yeah. So I'm just gonna make that a function, update position, and then we'll only actually do update position in the name label when we've highlighted it. Which I guess technically is just an update info panel. So now I can just say name label dot update position, and it shouldn't do the stutter anymore. Well, it's screwed up. I don't know why. What the heck's going on? It's because it just doesn't get a chance to update the sizing. It's definitely weird, because it just kind of moves the label around like this now. Not sure what's going on with that. It does work when I hover over it, but it's like it needs to be deferred. For some reason. No, it still doesn't work. It's kind of weird. That's how you do the deferred call, right? I mean, I could do that. Definitely should be getting called deferred now. Oh, it's because that also needs to run an update. Yeah, that's the issue. Well, no, because it's saying if the item ID is different, it should be setting the item ID. Because in here we say set item ID, which means it does run update info panel. So I'm confused on why it doesn't update then. It's just like it needs to run twice. I don't know why. See, now it's fine that I'm just running it 2 times. I really don't get that. Because if I comment out one of them and then save it, now it doesn't work. Why does it need to happen twice? Is it because it doesn't set the size? Oh, it's because I'm setting size back to 0, I think. And that doesn't work? Let me try that. There we go. Yeah, it was just an issue with the script. Okay, so now we should be good to go. I don't think I have to make it deferred anymore. Yes, okay. Cool. So yeah, it's just so much easier to like see what these items are, you know? Because it just loops through all of them now, and you can hover over and see what the item is. So that's going to be way better. Because then you never have to be confused about what the ingredients are for something. So like, say I want to craft a nuclear bomb, and I don't know what this stuff is, I can just see. You know, what is it? So yeah, that just makes things way better. And then what I'd also like to have, like I was saying, I would love if I could like have a little pop-up panel that says where it's created in. Like where you can craft it in. Hopefully I can do that. We'll see. I think I can. I'll try. So I'm just gonna make a change to this. What is all this stuff? Ryan keys. Oh, that's like the attack stuff. So at the bottom, I'm just gonna say kind of this stuff, right? So we're gonna say recipe is recipe table dot get. So this is like how we can check where these items are crafted. I guess it'd probably be easier to calculate this at the beginning of the game instead of constantly. But I'll just make a quick function for it here to make sure it works. So we're gonna have to say for I in recipe table. And then, yeah, I'll make this better, but so we're gonna say var recipe is recipe table that get I, and then we're gonna say, so that's gonna loop through every single recipe. We really need to check the outputs. So for J and recipe dot output, let me go make sure this will work. Some of them have outputs as being like a static thing, right? Most of these are like it's multiple things. I just need to make sure there aren't ones where it's not an array. I mean, even the furnace has... No, the furnace has one in and one out. So that's kind of the issue. So I'll just check if recipe.output is a dictionary. Do that else. So we're just gonna have a list of like created in, right? And that's gonna be an array. So if it's a dictionary, and then we're gonna say if output.id is equal to item ID, then created in dot push back I. So that'll give us a list of the building IDs that you can create them in. And basically the same thing here. We're just going to loop through the recipe output, and then if recipe.output, so let's say recipe.output at, or wait, J is that. If j.id is equal to item ID, we also push back I. All right. So now we have a list of the IDs. Just for fun, I'm going to add it on. And I'm curious to see if this works. No, it is not happy. So it does get a recipe. But it can't access output. Invalid access to property or key output on a base object type dictionary. I don't know why I can't access output. Seems kind of weird. Because if recipe.output is a dictionary. Let's do that. Maybe that'll fix it. Wonder why it's saying that it can't. That's kind of weird. Screw yourself over, don't code in the last day. That's definitely a good tip, yeah. Welcome into the stream. Why does this not work? Okay, now it's this one. I guess I have to do get on this. I don't know why that's the case. It seems a little odd. But whatever. I'm able to iterate on object to type null. Oh, it's because we're looping through... I know it's wrong. I'm stupid. So the thing is when we loop through the recipe table, we're looping through an array of building IDs, not the recipes. So we would say var building is that. Well, honestly, we're just gonna say for recipe and recipes, and for buildings and global recipe table. So that'll give us a list of so for recipe in global.recipe table.get building. Okay. So then that means we're getting the recipe. Yeah. Then we're going to push back the building. Okay, let me try that. We'll scream for a second while updates. It'll be fine. May have to restart the game. I think I might have screwed it. An enemy that always plays breakcore? Yeah. You're gonna add that to your game? Okay, let's try this. Also had to do this. I keep screwing this up. What do you say var recipe is... Right, all this stuff. Building.get. Our recipe now is going to be building.get recipe ID. Hopefully that works. Towards you, man, break, yeah. Ah, what now? What is recipe? Starground Steam. But that's not getting it. That's what recipe ID is. Man, what the heck? Okay. So that's going to get a list of all the building IDs. So we're going to say our building, all the recipes for that building is going to be that. So building is going to be recipe table.get building ID. I think it'll work. I think we just need to restart the game. It's a little funky. Okay. This better work, or I'm gonna freak out. Hydrate. Thank you. Oh. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's pushing back building. We need to push back building ID. It's like, what? Let's try that again. There we go. So it has a list of the buildings you can make it in now. So I think this will work. So now in like the furnace, or when we hover over stone brick, it shows Starground building furnace. And same with like, so if it doesn't have any buildings that it's made in, that's fine. Purifier, crafter, refiner. That's in the purifier or the furnace. Crafter. Farm plot. I mean, it's not wrong. You can technically make wood in the farm plot. Yeah. Gemstones in the purifier. So it should just help with any confusion on like where you can actually make certain things, right? I think it'll help a lot. I never made the food icon. It's still a question mark. Should probably do that. But yeah, this will be good. It'll just help a lot with... So like, okay, you see a stone brick or something, you're like, how do I get that? Well, you can hover over it and see. So yeah. Ooh. Oh. So let's get this all linked up then. So instead of creating this on runtime, I'm just gonna do it once at the beginning of the game. So we're gonna go to global, go to ready. And it should be pretty easy. I'm just gonna paste it in here. And then we're gonna have our created in table. So we're gonna change this a little bit. Because we don't have item ID here. So yeah. Change that to building recipes. It's already a variable named recipe. Recipe data, sure. Yeah, so now it's going to complain that item ID doesn't exist, which is fine. What we're going to do then is just say loop through every single item. So for I in items table, right? Item ID is equal to I. And then we're just going to do this. So now instead of doing pushback, we're going to say created in get or add, I think is what it is. Something like that. pass on that. Created in table, I think is what it's called. So get or add basically says is if it's there or not, then just create it. So what we're gonna add is this. It's gonna be the item ID, and the data is gonna be or I'm not adding it in a dictionary. Wait, how does this work? The key. Oh, default value becomes it. Okay. So item ID, and we're gonna do created in. So we are actually gonna push back that, I guess. So we're just gonna say at the end of that loop, and then every time var created in will become an empty array, and then we're gonna push it back into created in. But at the end, that's when we're gonna add created in as an array with the item ID. Okay. Whew. Hopefully we should be good here then. So it'll create all that at start. I don't really think it's gonna be that slow unless you have literally 1,000 trillion items. Out of curiosity, I'm actually going to inside of the world creation of the world generator. Welcome back, Psycho. Yeah, I figured out a bunch of stuff, so we're doing good. Let's see. I'm just gonna copy that stuff. So yeah, what I want to do is keep track of the time it takes to generate this stuff, to generate this table. Because if it's really slow, then I have to figure out a different solution to this. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's slow since it's on load time. You know, even if it's like a second, that's fine. Well, it's not my birthday. I don't know, I don't know where you got that idea. Okay, let's try that. Instead of tiling start, this is going to be created in table time. Twitch recap is crazy. Oh yeah. Are you able to see like Twitch recaps of streamers, or is it just yourself? Spent 128 hours watching software and game development. That's pretty crazy. Happy birthday, a birthday person. There you go. We can look at my Twitch recap if you guys want to. I can't remember where it was. I think it's just on the main homepage or something. Or did I get a notification for it? I think I did. I received a reward for the Minecraft Moss mask. What is that? Here it is. I can see my recap. So let's do our streamer recap. So yeah, 598 hours, 163 streams, 150 days streamed. Let's watch channels you. Let's go. We've had 6,500 hours watched, which is pretty crazy. We're in the top 10% of software and game development streamers. Top stream of the year, we got 175 viewers. I don't remember what that stream was, but my top tags totally haven't changed for a whole year. 64,000 chats. The top emote was default dance, unsurprisingly. Biggest fans of the year. Look at this. Look at this. There might be some familiar names on here. Saikus, you know, Yuzen, Oshik, MBG, yeah. Yeah, you're there, you're there. We got 10 collaborations, supposedly. We received 104 raids. This was interesting. Settlix is rated as 22 times, which is crazy. That's a lot. Feel bad. And here's who we've rated. Pretty actually like really even split on the raids. I was kind of surprised. I thought at least one of these would have been higher, but no, they're like really, really similar. 21 clips. This is our featured clip. High scores of the year. 1,200 new followers. 125 new subscribers. 13 hype trains. 837,000 points have been spent. It's a lot of points. We got affiliate this year, guys. That's crazy. I got a chat badge. I was clippable rating creative creator of the year. Triple thumbs up. That's on affiliate. Thanks. We got that like first month, I think, or like first 2 weeks. Well, actually, I got it like really quick, but the only thing I was waiting on was like it was like the number of streams. You had to have like more than 10 or something, and I like did like 2 streams, so I couldn't get it for a minute. But yeah. Only reactivated my Twitch channel because of the YouTube chat thing. Oh yeah. From your game and such. Yeah, I mean, I just hit it really quick. I guess it was just, I don't know. Streaming game development's so much easier than streaming game content. Nobody cares about gameplay, you know. Like when I stream software development, the streams are just there's so many more people here. So I think it's just because there's not as much competition. This is harder. Making games is way harder than playing games. You know what I mean? And so like, if I play Minecraft or something, if I was a Minecraft streamer, I would be in a sea of 50,000 people. In game development, it's only like 100 people. You know, so it's like just so much easier to do it. You're a chatting lizard? Oh yeah. I put T in my Google search bar. It just says your Twitch channel. Let's go. What's up, Ace? How's it going? Oh, yeah, how long did this take? Okay, it took 3 milliseconds to make that whole table. That's really fast. So technically, I probably don't even need to do it at the start of the game, but that is not bad. Yeah. I guess it seems like this script is terrible, but I guess it's not. The animation on the planet moving? Oh yeah, I appreciate it. We tabling? We are tabling. I've been doing some quality of life stuff. Now when you hover over a preview item, it shows you what it is. So same in like the furnace and stuff, when it loops through these ores, you can actually see what the ores are. Which just helps a lot, you know, because you can also compare. So now I can see like, oh yeah, wood is only 6, but coal's like 12, so I should use one of these better fuel types. And what I'm working on right now is also displaying where you can craft these things in, which I think we're pretty much done with that. I just have to add it now. Some say var crafting buildings is global.crafted or created in table dot get item ID. So if crafting buildings dot size is greater than 0, then I'm just gonna put them in for now. So for for building ID and crafting buildings, add the building ID. So this is basically just gonna be exactly what we had before, but more performant. So now we need to swap out big text into a image. So, but yeah. gonna start streaming game dev as well when I get a PC that lets me record at least 60 FPS. So yeah, yeah, streaming is really taxing on computers. Chatty grass toucher of the year. That's crazy. So someone had a question about power. Oh, okay, yeah, I can answer that. Just gotta hawk to it now. What did I say? I don't know. I think I said I just gotta add it now, or I like said it weird. Yeah, what's this question? So I have a question generating 20 SE on 6 collectors, which requires 30 SE, but all collectors seem to be working even though I'm 10 SE low. Yeah, so basically they don't shut down. Building is low on power. They don't shut down, but just get slower. This means if you have 6 collectors running on 20 SE, the bees will be moving, and then we got to calculate that. So 30 SE, so if we need 20, so 20 divided by 30 is that. Buildings low power, they don't shut down, just get slower. This means the bees will be moving at 66% of the speed. I made it this way so that unstable power isn't a pain to deal with. It just slows down efficiency. Okay. I modded the Earth, 1 channel modded. Let's go. Congrats. Okay, so this is where we do our things. Now what I'm going to do instead is just this. I'm going to say var building is, right, buildings table dot get building ID. And then instead of adding this, I want to add an image. I wonder how I'm going to do that. Let me figure this out. Don't get file path of resource. Node.file name, but this is a resource. Because, okay, I want to display it in here, right? The issue, though, is that it has to be in the format of a rich text label. So how can I get, right, a file path string to an image? Because we load it, right? Can you, like, unload it back into a string? Get user data dir? No. Globalized path. That's not what I want. Man. So what are we gonna do here? Because we can look at our buildings table. And we already have the image loaded for the sprite. It's a loaded image. So it's gonna return a resource. Let's just see if we can... Resource path. Oh. Okay. This is why you read documentation. So we can just say building.sprite.resource path. Just want to see if this works. Oh my god, it totally works. It's freaking epic. So now we just do this. And then now it's going to be an image of the building. Check it. Check that out. So you can see where things are created now. It's funny because you can actually see the relative sizes. Right?
I hate old creepers even more now. There's creepers on my
So I might have to change that so that it's always like a static size. I think I can specify an image size with BB code. Let's see if we can do that. If we go down to the img tag, I'm pretty sure you can say, yeah, width. So I'm just gonna say width will be 48. We'll find a good size for that, but yeah. There we go. Now they're all the same size. So now I can just say this crafted in. Make sure I put a new line there. And now it'll just be a list of the things it's crafted in. Yeah, check it out. So I have to not do that when there's none in here. Yeah. So we'll do it in here. So craft it in. So then it won't do it on the on these things and stuff, yeah. So I don't really like how this is set up though. We're definitely on the right track though. Right, we can see all the buildings and stuff that this is crafted in. But I wonder what the best format for this is going to be. Obviously, I think 48 is too big. Maybe 24 or something. I just want it to be kind of a little small icon, right? So I think that looks good. I'm also going to add a space after each image. So in the cases like where it's crafted in two things, like that, it's not so ugly. Cool. Yeah, that works. It's just a tiny little help, right? So like you can hover over stone brick and see, oh yeah, obviously that's a furnace that I can craft it in. So it's just really easy because then I'm like, okay, well I can go find it then. It's like, okay, that's made in a furnace. Well, yeah, there it is, or whatever. Stone brick. Uh-oh. Non-existent. Oh, I guess I have to make sure that it exists. It's probably because it passed in a null value, is my guess. Now we could do that, or we could get a list of the ingredients. Right, there's two options. We either say what building it's crafted in or what you craft it with. And then kind of have people infer from that. I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, it would be nice to see what these things are crafted with. Trying to find one like a sword blade. We can see that it's crafted inside of a crafter. Yeah. I mean, crafted in works okay. I feel like the The panel may need to change a little bit or something, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it'd be better to show the building that that shows crafted in, or do you think it'd be better to show the ingredients required to craft them? Right now, this is the only place where you see where it's crafted in. I will probably add that onto, you know, the research icons and in the buildings here and stuff. Or something like that. Like, so you can see what these are. Maybe if you right-click on one of them, it, like, locks it, and then you can hover over, you know? You meant the ingredients in previous? What previous? Or do you mean like in here? Your last message. Previous message. Where else do we see the ingredients required? Nowhere. We only see it inside of crafters or like the machine that you build it in, I guess, but I want to show the ingredients required for items specifically. Or at least I'm thinking about it. I can't squeeze too much info when you hover over an item because I think it'll start to get too annoying. I mean, like, do you think it's better to show the building it's crafted in or the ingredients required to craft that item? I guess is what I'm saying. Just raining. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I think I just misunderstood. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it basically... We can always go to the building to see the ingredients needed. I mean, yeah, that's true. I guess we could just keep it with the crafted in thing. Looks like it's pretty performant. I did see some weird stuff with this. So if we're in a crafter and we have a thing there, right, it shows the info, but then if we put something else on it, it like overrides it. Right? It still shows the cobalt. And then if we move it off, now it shows NAI for a second. So I need to fix that. It's because the placeholder's updating every half a second, I think. And that's why it's all screwed up. Because it's resetting the item ID. So I think in item slot we need to keep track of two things. I guess same with amount. Well, amount will be overridden. What we'll do is just not update place. Well, we do need to update placeholder. Actually, no, because it'll redo it when we take the item off. Okay. So what I'm going to do is say only actually update it if the current ID is null in the placeholders. It's not null and slot.item ID is null. So it should stay as cobalt ore. And if we take it off, it'll only update if item ID is null. Of course, I've just broken everything. We'll just keep the two separate, I think. So item ID, then placeholder ID. because it just kind of causes a lot of issues. Because we have a mount placeholder separated. So yeah, it'll just be better this way. I'm also going to change how this stuff is, I think. For the placeholder texture and stuff, I'm going to move that, I think. Let's see. I need to move this up. I'm going to have it set these sprites inside of the slots, I think, in the update script. Right. So, item slot. We're going to say the item.texture is equal to item data.sprite. And then same with our placeholder. So instead of using item data for that, we're going to get a different thing, just placeholder data. And then, yeah, that's going to use placeholder ID. Placeholder data, that's sprite. Okay, hopefully this works now. So it shows gear, but we can move this in. Okay, clearly we're still having some weird issues. Maybe I will undo that. Yeah, I think it'll just be better to keep it how it was, maybe. So we're also setting it back up in there. Okay. Let's just make this work and then we'll be fine, I think. Okay. So that's plastic. It shows gear. That's just because we're still setting the ID. See in here? We need to have another function that's, you know, set placeholder ID. Okay. Let's see. I don't like having all these different, like, ones. Is it showing null? Why is that? Let me go check. Saying the texture is that. It could just be this. So it's making null slots just, weird. It's like I have an item here. I don't know what's going on. But it's fine in the chest, seemingly. Why is my inventory screwed up? I think I just need to reload. Okay, yeah. It just was like a weird, weird little bug thing. Okay, we'll just make sure everything's good. See, it still shows NAI on that. It's because it's the placeholder. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change this. So, I just need to make this, like, use all this stuff and store the info of the placeholder and stuff, but, only use one at once. So how am I gonna do that? Right, so like if the placeholder is visible, we're gonna update with the placeholder info and stuff like that. Where is it? There's no panel info? Update info panel, oh. Yeah, because the problem then here is that we just, it's confusing. So I'm just gonna change this. We're gonna say our active ID. Then change all our instances here of item ID to active ID. Hopefully that'll be better. So we're gonna say if item ID is not empty, right, then active ID will definitely be our item ID. Otherwise, if the placeholder ID is not empty. Hopefully that'll work. We'll try that. So it should just swap whichever ID is active at a given point. So like it shows primitive handle and wood there now, but if I swap that to cobalt, it should just stay as that because it has an item, and so it's always going to default its info to that item. Otherwise it'll default back to whatever the placeholder info is, which is just the, yeah. So it should be the same with like the input also. So that's gear, that's good. And then if that's iron, I can change that. Take it out, it should be good. Now the amount, okay, yeah, the amount should be fine and stuff. Hopefully we're all good now. And then update. Okay, so I'd like it to do the same thing down here on update. Because we need to check that for the frame. So our active ID. Item ID is not that. Okay, active ID. The amount, that's fine. And then that's getting the whatever that is. Okay, cool. Alright, hopefully we should be fine and good to go now. Yeah, I think everything's good. I'm just gonna make sure like things update properly and stuff, you know? Like if it gets placed in, we should be fine. So this should instantly convert into, yeah, I mean it shows copper wire, then it should go to 4. Just making sure it works. Yes, it does. Copper ingots. Yeah. All right, I think everything seems to be good. And then the this stuff should work. The frame, right? Looks like we're good here. I would kind of like to change the frame to be a different color depending on whether it's a placeholder or not. I think it would be a nice little indicator if the frame was red when the slot is empty, because it would just be more obvious that, like, oh yeah, I gotta fix that, you know? So I might actually go make a variant really quick of that. Let's do that. Oh my god, I can't move the whatever. Where is it? Slot frame. Why is it screaming at me? Here we go. Okay. Crafted should be obtainable. Where does it say crafted? Oh yeah, crafted in. I'll just change that to created in. Or something. I mean, that's what I called the table. I called it the created in table, so yeah. So yeah, changing this to red I think would work well. Just kind of like this. It's just a quick little easy indicator knowing that, like, a slot is empty. Because the placeholder, obviously, like, it has a darker opacity and stuff, which is good. But sometimes it might not always be instantly obvious that the slot is actually empty. It might look for a second like it has an item in there. But if it's also red at the same time, I think there won't be any doubt about it. I'll just call it slot frame red. So now what I'm just gonna say is, let's see here. If item ID is equal to nothing and placeholder ID is not equal to nothing, then we're going to say the frame is going to be frame red. So since I loaded a new sprite, I have to reload. Let's give that a try. Let's see. Another question. Are the batteries still charging though? 2 furnaces active. Since the 20 SE. And the batteries still charging even though I have 2 furnaces active, taking 20 SE. Two solar panels doing 20 SE. So the batteries are charging? Might have to check that. Maybe there's a battery issue. Skillful Factor, what's up? Or Skillful Actor, what's up? Yeah. Welcome in. Alright, so if a slot is empty, it'll be red now. It's like, hey. I think that maybe is a too saturated of a red. So I might change it a little bit. It's a little too alarming, I think. It's kind of scary. I think I'll just take the gray that we kind of had before and just tint it a little bit red. And we'll just go to curves plus. You had a question? Yeah, hit me up. Alright, we'll just make it slightly red. Kind of like that. Or honestly, what we need to do is hue shift it. Hue. That's green. That's green. Is there no red in here? Oh, it's probably because we need more saturation, yeah. So let's see, that's our default. We want it right in there. So yeah, it's slightly blue. Just crank up the saturation so I can get like the color. Right. Probably somewhere in there. Not too alarming of a red, right? Try a little less than that. Maybe like 150. I think that'll look better. Not as scary. Is this the main career you've done work for anyone, just yourself? Yeah, I'm just working for myself right now, working on Starground, which has been fun. It's, you know, financially difficult when you work for yourself. It's not just show up at your job, do the stuff you're supposed to, and get your money. Because you have to, like, there's no really, like, downtime. It's not like you can't just, like, ignore issues and stuff, because it's all you. So you have to deal with everything. But I do enjoy it, so. Okay, that's, maybe not even red enough. But it's kind of getting there. Does this have a background? Oh, it does. No, it doesn't. What? It looks like it does. It's just an illusion, I guess. Dream, yeah, you invest yourself, yeah. I mean, it is nice. It's hard, though, yeah. It's not, you know, some easy thing where I can just kind of sit around all day and and chill. I'm always working, but I do enjoy it, so. And yeah, Starground has made like some decent money for sure, but it's not enough. It's more money than I've ever made on any game before, but you know, I'm gonna have to at some point start working on another game because I have to make more money. Especially if a house is gonna run me 500k. This is not gonna work. So let's see how that looks. Looks okay, I think. Now the thing is that it happens like that for everything. So including like the tool bench, it'll probably be red. Oh, right. No, it's only red if it has a placeholder. Yeah. So like that one is fine. The item is above the frame, right? I'm not sure about that. Because what I would like to do, ideally, is just have like a solid color like this. But I think the issue is it'll be placed above. I have to check, though. You love to do counts. I mean, yeah, I do love it, but it's, you know, I don't want to be homeless. So. If Microsoft buys you out for $3 million, oh, that would be nice, yeah. Wouldn't be opposed. If Microsoft offered me $30 million for Starground, I would yeah, definitely say yes. I'll just go make a new game. And not have to worry about the money, because I can just chill and make it an epic game. Okay. Let's check this one last time. Oh, it does place behind. So see, we can do something like that. I kind of like that better, where the background is red instead of the frame. So let's do that. Let's undo all this stuff I did. And Let's add a red background. Just that it's really obvious that this slot is empty. And that should work pretty well. I just want to work on those little quality of life things so that it's just easier for people to go through the menus and stuff, and it's more intuitive. Seeing that the slot is red is immediately an easy way for people to see, oh, something's not right there because it's red. And, you know, just speed up the time it takes for people to figure things out. I don't want people to be kind of messing around and moving items around trying to figure out what's wrong. I want the game to communicate to them what's wrong. So, because being confused is never a good thing in games. Like, you don't want to feel stupid because you don't know why things aren't being created, right? So like that's a good start. I think I'm gonna make that background it almost seems like it doesn't have any transparency. I think it might have some, but just way too little. Let's drop it down to like 100 and try that. Slot frame red. And let's restart the game. Oh, it might not have, no, it should have. Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, I'd love to do more game dev as a team of people or a person, soon doing solo. Feels still for me. I don't know, I guess I'm a small people person, yeah. Yeah, there's pros and cons to both team stuff and solo, for sure. I kind of like both. I like team stuff for just the fact that you have more leeway with stuff. It's not like every single part of the game is completely on you to do. You know, because like with Starground, I have Ace doing the music, and Max doing some writing stuff, and Dylan does like concept art and update art, all that kind of stuff, enemy design. So it's nice because I don't have to fully worry about that stuff constantly. The only downside though to team stuff is, I mean, there's a couple, right? Because it's like you lose some creative freedom because people have a certain idea on how things should be. And so like if you can't really come to it can be harder to come to like the good decision for that everyone's happy with. And especially with programming too, it's having to deal with the version control can suck. That's one of the reasons why I've been kind of not wanting another programmer with Starground specifically, because it gets really complicated. Because you have to keep your changes in sync. There's always going to be times where things get corrupted. And like, or you have to deal with conflicts, right? Which really sucks. Dealing with conflicts just takes so long. But, you know, pros and cons. The thing I would definitely hate is working with an enormous team. You know, like, if I was on a team with 300 people or something, that would kill me. Because the problem with those kinds of teams is that you end up being locked into one thing, and that's it. Like, if you worked for, I don't know, Blizzard on World of Warcraft, it's like, and you're a programmer, it's like, okay, you program this one ultra-specific thing, and that's all you do. You can't do anything else, you can't do art stuff, you can't, like, you're just locked into that. And I think that's why I would really hate working for a large company like that. Because it just sounds like a bad time. But I don't know. Yeah, get branch and stuff and then merge later. Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad to deal with conflicts if everyone on the team is good about it. you know, and you allocate your tasks well, because you can say, okay, I'm doing this over here. You know, so don't do that because I'm doing it. So you can kind of divide and conquer, and in that case, it works pretty well usually. I've done a lot of teams and stuff in school for like group get stuff, and it's not the worst, but when people don't understand how to use Git very well, that's when it's a big issue. So gotta be on the same page, exactly. Yeah, communication is key, believe it or not. What would you want another programmer for? Maybe events such as Christmas, Halloween. I mean, the only other thing I'd want a programmer for is Starground. It's just more help with programming, just to make things move faster. You know, so like I can spend time honing in on something, and then they can go off and like I can refactor and optimize things, and they can get started on adding new things. And so because you know, I do the art and the sounds and the programming, and it's just a lot at once. Another program would just be for, you know, having a little more leeway. But I'm not really looking for any right now. I think things seem to be going okay for the most part. So yeah. And I just can't financially justify another programmer. There's just no way I can do it. I already paid Dylan and Max, and it's like no programmer is ever actually going to get a real wage here. You know, 10K a year is not sustainable for anybody, so it just doesn't work. Which is fine. If I had another massive game that was doing super well and I was ultra successful, then yeah, I would probably get another programmer, but I just can't financially justify it. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, something I also want to check for here, I think, which would be good, is that if the item ID doesn't match up with the placeholder, then it's also red. So this. So, or item ID is not equal to the placeholder ID. So then basically what that'll mean is that if I put the wrong item into here, if I put stone in here, it'll still be red because it's not the right item ID. But if I put the proper item in there, like the wire, then it shows that we're all good. Now, of course, now this is all red. I don't know why that is. Oh, it's just because it's thinking that this is, yeah. This is what we need to do. So that, or item ID is not placeholder ID, and placeholder ID is not null, or not empty. There we go. So now the slots are good. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And then if I take him out of here, put a bad one in, yeah, we should be good. We're good. Love Git so much. Git is very nice. I do very much like Git. I'm glad that we as a society invented that, because it makes programming with teams possible. Oh yeah, this one is all screwed up. It's all in the wrong spots. There we go. Hiring top tier sleeper. I can sleep around the clock. Ooh. I am looking for professional sleeping positions, so you know, if anyone's interested in sleeping on the job, let me know. We also really need an English translator for the game, totally. So you know, if anyone's looking for work, let me know. We need someone to translate the game into English from English. So. Alright, everything here is looking pretty good. I like how the slots are working. I can finally preview the placeholders, which is very good. Oh, it's funny because it has a placeholder sprite, but it's not a ID. So I need to fix that. I need to change that. Ooh, English is your first language? I might need your services, Psycho. Seems like you could be a beneficial member of the team. Okay, I think we're all good here. What was I gonna change? Yeah, we have to fix the shredder thing. So I only want to show it if our ID is valid. So if texture's not null and placeholder ID is not equal to Starground NAI. Did it not work? Oh, that's if it's invalid, so if it's equal to NAI. Did it not save? It shows NAI. Or we'll just say if placeholder ID is nothing. Yeah, because it's actually nothing, and then it's sending it, so it shows NAI, isn't it? I'm not sure. Oh, I have to say or. No, we don't actually need an English to English translator. But there we go. Now it's not all weird. Okay. We should be. Wait. No. Oh, here we go. That'll fix that. There we go. Jeez Louise. So it should still work with our placeholders. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we're fine. Alright, I think we're finally good to go on the slot stuff. The crafted in thing works okay, I think. Why is that wrong? Oh. It's like, are you serious joking? Yeah, no. It's pretty easy for me to translate to English because I'm the one writing the text in the first place. So don't really need anyone to do that. Okay, I've just identified another issue. In the cases of furnaces and stuff where there's multiple placeholder items, see, like, they'll go red until you have the right item in. So that's kind of annoying. It's only an issue when it's an array. So basically I just have to check if this is gonna be tricky. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. I have to set the placeholder back to whatever item is in here. So like, say I put stone in here, I have to say on our update thing, make sure it's stone. So let's figure that out, I guess. So I'm actually curious to see this. If we moved... Doesn't seem to... Oh yeah, because that's just on a timer. But it does update it. So I just have to check if... Yeah, this will work, I think. So on update placeholders down here. So if it is an array, Oh man, it's kind of complicated. So really it's on the position stuff. So we're gonna say if slot. Also in update inventories, I want to make sure that update slots gets updated first. So if slot dot item ID, or really we just have to say up here. If slot filters I.has slot.item ID, then we're gonna say that we're good. Right. So we're just gonna say set placeholder to slot.item ID. Otherwise, we're gonna do this other stuff. So basically this is just saying, okay, do our slot filters have the item? If it is, then just set it to the item. If it's not the proper item, then we're gonna update it with the placeholder. So let's check this. So it does eventually update, but it obviously doesn't here. Well, it kind of does. It's complicated. There's like a delay though, you can see it. Right, so it's like, let's place it in when it's at that one, and see it's still red for a minute. And then it's fine after that, but it doesn't update immediately, which is an issue. So we'll have to figure that out. So that's on update placeholders. Let's see here. It's complicated. So it does work eventually because we have this timer that'll automatically update the placeholders. But it's because of this, so it should be updating the inventory. We say update inventory here. Oh, we only update placeholders if... Okay, well that's our issue. We just don't update our placeholders. We're doing it like every 5 seconds anyway, so we might as well just do that. So now if we put a stone in when it's copper, there, we're good. Then same with down here, we have one of the filters in, like it's wood. So even if it's not on the proper one, so let's see if we put it on biofuel, it'll, wait, maybe it's not working. Well, it definitely works up there though. But why not down there? All right, look at that. Well, let's put something in that's valid. Seems like sometimes. That was weird because it seems like it didn't work with the wood. Maybe it's a thing when you first open it. No. Maybe it just didn't update. I don't know. I think we're fine now, though. Alright, hopefully we're all good. Let's just check everything one more time. So like in here we have it set up properly and those are fine. So yeah, anything with like multiple fuel types, it stops looping. Because it has the right fuel. But see, it did it right there. Why does it do that? I know it's hard for you guys to see what I'm seeing. It's a very fast moment. But like when I put something in there, now it's fine. It's like when I first build the furnace for some reason. Right, so it's red. And then if I put a wood in, it stays red for a second until it loops back to wood. So now I can't pick up the item. That was weird. Huh. Don't know what was with that. Let's restart the game. Sometimes saving and then doing things live can screw up things. No way. Oh, Sheik, you're playing Space War? Should do this pretty much immediately here. So it'll say update inventory. So if it's not equal to the last inventory data, or the force filters have changed, and then we're going to say update inventory. So it should work. Oh wait, why do I have slots? That's probably what it was. I bet that fixes it. No, it still doesn't. And now it's not... I can't click it. So, okay. Something's definitely wrong here. Let's go check our item slot and see why I can't shift click it out of my inventory. So if not disabled, shouldn't be disabled. Just gonna print that. Okay, so we're good there. And this is if we actually click on it. I'm gonna print that. Make sure that it's detecting my input. So it's definitely sensing it. I say can shift is true. If can shift. If input is clicked or right. Preview slot clicked. So I'm just gonna print this, make sure that's being ran. It is. So why is it not transferring my item? It's very odd. So we have shift on. So let's see. Slot is not empty. And it's not held. Shift clicking. Right, so target. Let me just print that there and make sure that's being ran. So that's not being ran? Why is that? It's like shift is false. Maybe that's what the issue is? No, it shouldn't be. I just can't click it at all. That's so weird. But it's... what? Yeah, I gotta figure out this issue because there's a problem. It's a weird inventory issue. See, I have a wood in there. Oh, what? There wasn't actually wood in there. That's why it didn't work. So wait, what happened then? I put wood in and it consumed and then it didn't delete that. Okay. That's our issue. Actually, there's no aha in here. Okay. So it's just that it didn't update our item after we shift clicked it out, which is odd. Because it should update that. It should say update slots, right? And then for every slot, we're going to say set it to null or whatever. We should say frame.texture, item.texture here is null. But it didn't do it. So let's emulate this test again. So we put the wood in. Right? But it doesn't... Yeah, that's so weird. So it's just not setting the item texture back to nothing. Guess I'm just trying to figure out why that's happening. Why is that the case? Oh, it's because I'm not setting the slot ID to null. That is probably what the issue is. Should also make sure that that's set up properly here also. Right, because sometimes these placeholders disappear. So if it's not null, then I'm just going to say else. Set placeholder ID to null. And then do all this stuff. Well, I probably don't have to do that. Okay, we should be fine now. It should show that it's a null item when we do this. So just to confirm. Oh, we have to pass in. Not that. Update slots has to be an empty string. Huh. Now this person's saying, talking more about the battery stuff. Made 2 solar panels match 20. Go ahead and check this behavior. Make sure that things are calculating properly. Alright, this better work, or I'm gonna freak. Alright, let's watch. That weird thing still happens, and it doesn't set the item back. That's so cool, dude. Oh, I do set the item ID to nothing. So why does it not work? Yeah, I'm just confused on what's going on here. Seems like it's fine. Okay, this is confusing. It's like only the first time is when it's an issue. This is weird. Oh, but then I moved it. Okay, so this is even weirder. Oh, man. Okay. So here we put in an item. It consumes it. It should update, but it doesn't. But if I put another item up there, then it does. Weird. So why does that happen? And then it's fine after that. It's just like the first slot has to be updated or something. I'm gonna print out what these things are. It's hard because I can't do it there. I'll do it in update. I'll just print active ID. So it's plastic. Now it's that stuff. Now it's wood. So if I put wood in here, at some point it's getting set to null, which is wrong. I think that might be the issue. How is it getting set to null? Oh, an item slot active ID can be null. I think that might be what's happening. It's confusing, but yeah. Man, what's going on? Maybe this needs to be moved after. Instead of checking the texture here, we should say if item ID is not equal to empty. Yeah, why do I have this like this? If that's not empty, then say... Why would I even have this here? Let's just get rid of that. Could be part of the issue. See, it still shows the ID as being wood. For some reason. See? But... God, this is confusing. Let's see, I don't set the visibility of the item, do I? Just gonna change all this stuff to use the IDs. Talk to you later, gotta go. Sounds good. Thanks for popping in the stream, I appreciate it. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Okay, so that's checking that stuff. I'm probably just doing the if statement wrong somewhere. I probably had it set before to be checking for null. And now it's checking for, it needs to check for an empty string. But it seemed okay. No, it still doesn't work. I'm just gonna say, let's see. The item slot placeholder dot visible will be equal to item ID is equal to nothing. So it'll only show the placeholder if we don't have an item in there. And that fixes one issue. It's just so weird with this updating. I don't know why this is happening. Right, so it's fine if we put like stone in there and everything works great. But when we put wood in here, it causes some issues. See, so if we put that in there, so it's fine now. And sometimes it's fine. It's only the first time, and that's why it's weird. See, so we got a normal inventory, and if we put wood in, it'll instantly consume the wood. And then this will be broken. That's what's so weird about this right now. So inside of the furnace, when I set the amount to 0, well, I really shouldn't do it this way anymore. I should say subtract index amount. So we're going to subtract from 2 and do -1. Then we don't actually have to do that check anymore. It does it there. Maybe that's part of the issue, is just how we were subtracting the amount. I don't know if that's the case, but let's try it. No. But then as soon as I put another item in, it's... This is very confusing right now. I'm trying to figure out why this is the case. Okay, let's go through the order of operations. So we put in an item. It'll be instantly consumed over here. We'll say, boom, consume it. That will now change the inventory. And then in inventory display, that should update down here because it's checking in the process. So inventory data is now not equal to last inventory data. It's going to call, right, update inventory. Let's see here. Update inventory. So update inventory does update placeholders now. And then the placeholder timer, that's going to say update placeholders. Oh god, I zoomed in. It's so slow when that happens. Okay. Let's see if that's changed anything. No. That's not at all. It's so weird. Why is this happening? I don't know. It's a tricky issue. Because it should update the inventory as soon as that happens. Right, it should say in here, update slots. So in here, I'm just going to check if it's not null. It is null, so it should be in here. I should set the texture to null and then set the item ID to nothing. So I'm going to print slot. So I can figure out what slot it is. Yeah, so we have nothing. It updated it. If I put a wood in, so it updates both of them. I guess it's because it doesn't update again. It's probably the issue. Before it didn't matter because it was based off of... I don't know why it didn't, why it was fine before. It's just because it consumes on the same frame. That's the only issue here. So how can I fix that? Okay, I'm just gonna run through it. We put an item in. Process says, hey, an item has been inserted. Update this stuff, and then set last inventory to inventory data. Where am I setting inventory data? Oh, I just set it to inventory data because that's, yeah, so it'll stay updated. But it's still messed up down in here. Yeah, this is very difficult to figure out. I'm just gonna print in here. How many times does this get updated, right? So, okay. Inventory data is not equal last inventory data. So I'm gonna pick up this wood and we're gonna see how many times this gets updated. So that only got updated once, and that's the issue. Because that should have gotten updated twice. Is it because this is happening before that? Like, would that fix it? I don't know. No. That is annoying. We're so close, too. We're just like one thing off. Why is that showing red? Oh yeah, because it doesn't go there. Yeah, it's just because it instantly gets moved, and that's the issue. It's like, and then it doesn't update again because it doesn't think that the inventory has been changed. I wonder if I could replicate that same issue with chests. Because if I have two chests that are next to each other, and I put an item in, does it just instantly move it out? Yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? See, that item is not there. So that's our issue. We have to fix that from happening. Okay, so how can we do that? Do I use inventory changed in here? No, I don't. Okay. Or I guess that's because it's... Yeah, let's do this. So that's only set as the server. It's because that update inventory is an RPC call. So that shouldn't be the issue. Okay. Let's keep trying to figure this out. Just trying to think why this would happen. You put an inventory in, or an item in. Is that why? Because it gets consumed instantly. And so technically to this, it's the same as the last inventory data. Because we put an item in, but since it's consumed instantly, it's like, oh, well, this hasn't changed technically. Might be what the issue is. It's so hard. I do wonder how I'm gonna fix that, because it's kind of a complicated issue. So you can see the mover down here. It's gonna take that iron and move it out. Yeah, now it's in here. It's like fine for the most part, because like I can use this inventory like normal. The issue is just these machines that can delete items instantly as soon as they're placed in. That's the problem. So it's like a setup like this where I put an item in and the mover just instantly grabs it before it even gets a chance to update in here. But I just don't know why it doesn't update again. Because what should happen, ideally, right, is that it does this, where it'll go... We have our item. We insert inventory updates here. So this is our timeline. Inventory updates... Furnace takes the item, inventory updates. That's what should happen. But I think what's happening here is that we put in an item, inventory updates, but on the same frame, furnace takes. And so like... This updates, but technically it thinks that it's the same. So actually, I think it's like this. I think this is what's happening. So we put it in an item. Furnace instantly grabs. No, because that would be fine if it worked like that. But it doesn't. So it has to be on the same frame. Where we've gotten the ID of the furnace or the item, like the wood, before it gets deleted, right? But it thinks that the inventory is the same. So it's how do we fix that is the question. We could do call deferred on this. But can you do a deferred RPC? I guess you can. Let's... No. You can only do one of those modifiers. Oh, God. Why? Why does this do this? Just instantly moves it out. I think it's just because it's not updating fast enough. Yeah. Well, I guess instead of how I have it where inventory data doesn't change, I'm just going to say every frame update inventory data. Right? I don't know if that'll fix it, but let's try it. No. God, this is complicated. It's so annoying. Okay. So that doesn't seem to matter. Oh, I got an ad starting. My apologies. Put a thing in. You have to somehow relay that information in a faster way. And you think it'd be fine because it would show that it has the wood and then now it doesn't have the wood. So this shouldn't be able to happen with the wood. Because my assumption here is that if we put in an item and it instantly takes the item out from the furnace, then when the UI recognizes what happened, it just won't do anything. It'll just stay empty. But obviously that's not what's happening. So, I mean, we're not updating it anywhere else. We're just doing it in update placeholders and update slots. We do update slots. We go through every slot. It's null, so we set the texture to null. But here we're definitely getting the ID, like right here. Like we can see in here what the ID is when we update these, right? So that's the list of that inventory. I put it into there. And we can see it says gemstone. Boy. Oh man. This work. I just can't figure anything out. That's too many things. God, I'm tired, exhausted. Okay. Put item in. It's just going to update it with the item which means that this gets updated and says... So this is what I'm confused about. It's updating this filter with the new item, which means that it's saying, oh, the inventory data has changed. So go ahead and set the new one, right? Update the inventory. Like, I'm gonna print here what last inventory data is. All right, so that's that inventory. But if I put one in there, should print this. It's hard to read because it's just so massive. Here, I'll print them with a space. So that's a little easier. I'm just trying to read the current states of these inventories right now, right? So for some reason, it's just not updating the chest inventory? Which is so weird. It looks like it's only updating my player inventory. That doesn't, I know that's not true. What? Because I don't see in here the info of the chest. Oh, it doesn't make any sense. Okay, that inventory is no. So that's updating. This one does update. But it just doesn't? It doesn't update? Doesn't make any sense. But then how is it showing that the item is updated there? This is what I'm so confused about right now. Unless item preview is doing something different. It says I.update slots when we put an item in.
Moisture, and I need cream. Lotion is my only dream.
If last inventory. Is that my issue? Oh my god. Probably is my issue. I think it is. That's so frustrating. Because it's updating the last inventory. So like if I move something in, but I don't need it to. Because it's automatic. So why did I put that there? I don't know. I don't know why that was there. Dang it, dude. Okay, well, we fixed it. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's incredibly stupid. But... yeah. I'm gonna make sure I don't do that anywhere. No, we're good. That's so annoying. Isn't it? God dang it. Alright, well, issue has been fixed. I think we're finally good. So you can see it. It should go and hit 0 and then disappear. And then same with the furnace. We should be fine. Let's make sure here. Looks like we're all good. God, that was so stupid. That was the dumbest problem. Alright, anyways, on to the next stuff. One thing I noticed is that this placeholder text is overlapping ugly. Should be really easy to fix. We just have to say the placeholder text is equal to the placeholder image being visible. So amount placeholder dot visible is equal to that dot visible. And that should be pretty much it there. Okay. That problem's fixed. So let's just confirm. I'm gonna mess around with the inventories a bunch and make sure everything looks good. Let's just wait a second. I want to see this tick down. Actually, let's empty it out more. I want to see that drop down to 0. Yeah, so it shows the placeholder. God, okay. And when it's the wrong item in here, it shows the red. Okay. Freaking done. Frustrating. Do we need this backing spread? I don't think this does much. Yeah, I don't think the backing sprite does anything. Oh no, it does a little bit. Just makes it more solid in the background. Okay, the backing sprite does do stuff, just makes the background black. Well, I guess I just won't mess with that then. So back to what it was, yeah. Just looked like it didn't do anything, but I was wrong. Okay. Hey, Tope Squanch, what's up? How's it going? I am just currently working on some inventory stuff right now. Specifically with the placeholder slots and stuff. Now when you hover over something that can be crafted, it shows the icons of the machines. Which is just kind of a nice little thing. Just a quality of life thing. Means in the crafter and stuff, like you can hover over a placeholder. It also shows red when an item is wrong. So if you're inside of a crafter and the output's a gear and you put cobalt ingot there, it's going to stay red. But if you put the right ingredient into the input, it's no longer red. So it just kind of helps visually let people see that, like, oh yeah, that's wrong, you know? It also looks like that does display over. I guess that's fine. But yeah, things are looking good. One thing I wanted to check, I think the frame should be below big stuff, like the nuclear bomb. I'm gonna craft a nuclear bomb. Just make sure we're good here. I almost have the stuff I need. Okay. Just want to make sure that that gets displayed right. See, I don't know how that's becoming red if... no. I don't know. Oh, it's because it's slightly translucent, so it is above. We're fine. I wanted to make sure these sprites are on top of the frame instead of behind it, because it looks really weird when that happens. So yeah, we're fine. Yeah, you can craft nukes now, which is epic. So, you can blow up everything. Oh god, wait, I better run away. Played a bit of the game yesterday. Workbench is awesome. Oh yeah, made hammer 2 hammerheads. Nice. Well, I appreciate it. Glad that you're having a good time. Yeah, today I'm kind of just working a lot on quality of life stuff. Just kind of little minor things that I've been wanting to update, but just haven't, you know. Just trying to make things easier for people. So yeah, let's see. One thing I would like to improve is the performance of items on the ground. It's not really a big deal or anything, but when you have a lot of them, see, the item process is massive. I don't know if that's something I'm really going to be able to improve or not, but I would like to. It's just because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the process event. Because it calculates the velocity and all that stuff, so it's not that easy. I think it's mainly just this function. It's getting the closest player every single frame for every item. That's really what's so slow. I could change it so that we run this code from the player instead of from the item. So basically the player would get the closest item. But the only issue is that, well, there's a lot of items on the ground, so it would just make the player slower. So it's probably not really going to make anything better. I mean, it's ridiculous to have this many items on the ground. I don't think anyone will ever do this, except for launching nukes, so we're probably okay. I'll grab my food real quick, bareback, sounds good. So yeah, I'm not really going to worry about it, I guess. It's probably okay. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? So, no one's ever going to do that. Alrighty. So let's go look at that power issue. Hopefully we don't have any issues there, but I don't know. Maybe we do. Let's research clean energy. It's done in the researcher. See, it's nice because it also shows the red stuff for like the researchers also, which is good. So I'm glad I made that change. I think it'll be nice. I'm gonna start writing a change log. So added red squares to item slots, or either don't have a required item or have an incorrect item. What else have we done? Info to items about where they are crafted. Made it so the ability to placeholder items and get their info. That's mainly what I've done. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. So let's try this. Let's see, is our research done yet? Almost. We're gonna go do a little setup over here. So there's this person that's been talking about some issues or confusion that they're having with power. I just want to make sure that isn't an issue. So there's some screenshots here. So they have the solar panels connected to the furnaces, which are on. Well, one of them is. Kind of strange, the 10 SE, each furnace could both function on a single 10 SE solar panel during day time, because this should require 2. Just furnace during daytime. Let's see. Even though a battery was connected to 2 solar panels, the battery didn't give electricity to the furnaces during daytime. Okay, so I think I kind of get what he's saying. God dang it, I always do that. So let's set up a little test rig here. So we have our solar panels. We're gonna connect them, and let's just do a more simple setup. So that should generate 10, right? And we have our electric furnace, and then let's set up some batteries. So it's daytime. The furnace isn't on, so it's gonna start charging the battery. But if we load that with stuff, it's still charging the battery even though we're generating only 10. So yes, there is indeed an issue with the power system. I don't know how that's working. So yeah, I'll let them know. That's very weird. That's you'd be right, and number of days since creating a save. Also been taking a closer look at our stuff mentioned, and it looks like there's some strange things, like there are definitely some issues, batteries, and power calculation. I'll see if I can make things more viable for the next update. Okay. Yeah, because it shouldn't power the battery if our furnace is on. Wait, it shows that it's consuming 0. Is the furnace broken? Wait, that might be the issue. Something's wrong with the electric furnace. That's... Wait. I don't have... Oh. I think furnaces have just never used power for some reason. I think that's our issue. I never noticed that. It's a really big oversight. Okay, so... yeah. That's crazy. Otherwise, in reset progress, we're going to say power consumption is 0. So, yeah, they're totally right. It's just that furnaces just didn't use power. And that's why the battery was still charging with the furnace active. That's just, it's kind of funny. I'm surprised about that. Looks like furnaces are not even consuming any power at all. Here, I'll just do another ping. So yeah, hence the reason their speed wasn't affected by a low power network, and that your batteries were still charging. Fixing that issue seems to keep the power network. Fix everything. Seems to consume power as expected. Thanks for letting me know about this. About your problems. Seems it was something in the game for a while. Yeah, I just, I don't know. I don't know how I missed that. It seems like a pretty obvious thing. But... should be predictable with buildings that do definitely consume power. Like researchers. I'm confused by the number thing too. I thought it was my level. Oh, the day thing. I could probably change it a little bit. Because I could see how it's confusing to people. I can maybe make it like a little rectangle thing. And then it shows like day instead of just being a number. We could change that. And then also I want to check here if our... Yeah, so if our network is low on power, this also slows down. It's kind of cool seeing exactly how the... Also, that is an issue though, because it doesn't show the low power icon. Is it because we're generating 0 power? And so it just doesn't do it? It's because our satisfaction is technically 100%. That's probably what it is. Yeah, let's change that satisfaction thing. Right? Because it doesn't make any sense. Because it really should just be that. So if it's both 0... Oh, wait. If they're both 0, it's going to divide 0 by 0. And then crash the game. That's probably why I had it set up like that. There we go. Should be 0 now. Yeah, see, it shows the low power things now. New researchers don't have translation keys. You are right. I forgot to add those in. Teoria should be fine, but yeah, pressurized buildings, nuclear fission. I did not put that in. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, if you see missing keys, please let me know. That's kind of what we'll be focusing on with these, like, updates. I'm gonna kind of do maybe 1 or 2 little, like, bug fix quality of life updates, and then we'll move over to new stuff. Right. Then interplanetary logistics. The purifier description key. Oh. Did I? Oh. I just didn't add it. Thanks for letting me know. Purifies various materials into other ones. Did I really just miss that? I guess I did. I totally did. Is that the only one that was missed? I hope. I think it was. Yeah, looks like that was. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate it. I wonder why that still shows satisfaction 100. I don't think that's right. Let's go into our Tesla coil, or it's really the power display. Why is that showing the invalid value? Where is it setting progress bar? Okay, progress bar, maximum value is consumption, and then value is production. Oh, so technically it just shows... I mean, yeah. That's fine. It works. So yeah, then if I add another solar panel, then we're good there. Okay, cool. So they worked in the night without consuming power because when I connected them to the power batteries, it was consumed by the oil rig. Yep, the furnaces will only run in a network that has generated power, which is why they still ran even. Only run batteries on since furnaces will only run in a network that has generated power, which is why they only ran when the batteries were on, even though they themselves consume power. Okay. Confusing, but yeah, it all adds up. Okay, is there any other keys I missed? Because it seems there's a couple. I think that's mainly all the stuff. I'm pretty sure I got all the item keys in, like the cobalt ingot and all that stuff. Hopefully. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, though. I do appreciate it. I'll go ahead and expand the color down to 312. And yeah, we are going to have to add one more key, which is crafted in. So let me go back to that in the item slot. And then change the crafted in. So I have to actually translate this now. So I have to add TR crafted in. Right? Plus new line. Okay. And we should be good there. Let me fix this one more time. So you said I spelled received wrong. Is that in the description? No. Where did you say I did that? Or Zen said that. Oh, it's in the description. So space elevators will only... It's down here. Yeah, I said receive. I before E except after C. There we go. Let me make sure I spelled that right, yeah. Alright, that's been fixed. Just a minor spelling error. Okay. Let me... It's a major content update. Sprinkled in with smaller ones, bug fixes, experimental Dates leading up to major ones. All right. Pushing a smaller date in a few days. All right. So, what else do we want to do? I mean, we fixed most of our issues, which is epic. Finish where electric furnaces did not consume power. Yeah, I guess we can work on this little day icon overlay thing. It is the quality of life update, so I want to make things easier to understand. People have always asked me what that thing is, and so it just makes sense that I should, well, make it more obvious. So let's open up that sprite, and I'm going to extend it. I think it's like the day icon or something. Okay, it's not there. I guess we're gonna have to scan through and try and find it. Let me know if you guys see it. It's the sprite of just like the little moon and sun. There it is. UI day and UI night. So it's pretty easy to modify these. I just have to, let's see, these are big, right? Oh no, they're just normal. Right, because I'm not stupid. I don't scale up my sprites anymore. I just do, I do it better. All right, so we are going to expand it quite a bit. Let's just make it like 32. So basically, I'm going to change this into a 9-slice sprite, and that's going to let me extend this out and have the little day thing here. So I can just grab this as the 9-slice zone. We only had to move it over by pixels, so that's kind of nice. Now this one, though, I have to move more, because the sun extends out further. So we have to move all the way. Let's just do that. Like that. Then this will go up to there like that. Back. Whoops, screwed that up. And that'll just be filled in with this orange color. And we will resave this as UI day. So let's go modify this. I'm gonna close out of that. Not a huge thing. One of the first things I noticed when I played was when you're mining with your laser, the beam doesn't hit stuff that's in between your character and where you're clicking. So like it hitting the first thing that you're aiming toward, that kind of thing. There is actually a mode for that. In the options, I can show it to you. The only thing is it's really mainly for controller stuff because it screws up how it works with right-clicking on buildings, I'm pretty sure. Let me show you this, though. I have it like that on purpose because some people like to have the precision of being able to mine across, especially if you're like in your dense factory. It can get kind of annoying to break buildings in really specific locations. But yeah, some people have wanted that, and I have made that change. Just for those people. So it's the mine first object. Now when I go to mine stuff, it'll mine the first thing, right? So if my mouse is over here, it'll mine the tree instead. And so it does make it a little easier to mine stuff, you know, if you don't want to have to be so precise. So yeah, you can enable that option if you want. The only thing is, yeah, I think it makes this stuff weird, right? Like breaking buildings. It's really annoying to have like the buildings break like this. I could change that behavior depending on whether you're on controller or not, I suppose. Let me know if that's something you think would be better. Sure, I haven't made it that far, so I guess it didn't affect me. Yeah. It's a game changer, yeah. I could make it so it only does that with these resources if you want. But it's up to you. Because I could leave it when you're mining buildings that it's precise. So that, like, you know, you're down in here and it's like, I want to break that Tesla coil. It doesn't mine this. It'll just go for the Tesla coil instead. So it's weird I didn't show the... Well, I guess because it's over there. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I added that in because I was like, yeah, some people want to mine the rocks and stuff first, which is fine. And so let's just make it an option instead of a controller exclusive thing, right? Figured it would just be a better thing for people to have the option. Now, I think we're lucky on this translation because I believe that we already translated day. Yes, we did. So we don't have to do it again. So let's go into our player. This is the wrong project. It's going to be up in here in the health display right here. The time icon. So we're going to change that from just being a sprite over to being a 9 patch rect. And then we're going to edit the region on this to right there. So for axis stretch, we're just going to do stretch. I guess that doesn't work because now it looks bad. Oh, it's probably just because I have to do that. No. We'll have to figure this out. This looks terrible. Dang it. I hate when I accidentally click out of the box and it messes up everything. What if we did that? Closer, but still terrible. Maybe a separate command to dismantle structures? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could change the mode so that it's... structures don't behave that way. It's only these raw resource nodes that are out and about, like this. So I could probably make that change. I'll look into that option. I'm not going to do that right now, but it's definitely something I could probably do. So honestly, I'm capping these to be at 48 anyways. Maybe I should just keep doing that. Unless I did. No. Ooh, I can't do scale stuff with that, so I have to just... That's one thing that's annoying about UI. If I want to make this bigger, I just literally have to change the size of the sprite. So, it's whatever. It's not a big deal. I guess I also have to, apparently, make these one more pixel wider. Because we need this pixel like this. Oops. Wrong pixel. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any other quality of life things that you'd like to see. This is what today is all about. So, All those little tiny nitty-gritty things that don't really matter, but you'd still like to see it changed anyways, you know. Yeah, that should fix that. Oh yeah, then I have to upscale then. So this one's gonna go up to 48 on the height. Oh dear God. Okay. Save that. And then this one is also going to go up to 48 on the height. So now this should be normal. Vertical is just going to be stretched now. Yeah, I don't know why that's stupid. There we go. See? So now what we can say is for this day we're going to keep that to the right, and we'll find the right value for that. Can't I change the sizing on this? Like the transform, the position stuff? I guess not. I just want it to stay to the right, but it doesn't work. Because I want it centered around that. I guess we'll just keep it left. And then just say like, you know, like that. So let's figure this all out. Let's say that is a minimum of 0. And I want this to expand. So instead of clip, we're going to turn that off. There we go. So as this text gets larger, yeah, this will work. Let's see. Oh, I see. I need another margin. That might mess up the player stuff, but it's okay. All right, so now in the margin, I can just say for layout, constants, set the left just a little bit more, like that, 15, right there. Cool. Now for the day, it'll just say like that, day 1. Maybe I'll adjust the margin just a little bit more on the right. Maybe we go like 20 so that the text is center aligned. And the only issue is that if we have more text, then it's a little weird. I'll set the margin just a little more. 22 maybe? No, that's too much. I see the issue. 20, 15, too much. 17 seems to be right at the right spot. But it's weird with the ones because it's like... It's because it's not a monospaced font. Because the 1 will be too much to the right. Yeah, it's whatever. We'll just do, keep it normal. Maybe we'll change it so that the sun on these is actually, and the moon is actually centered. So we could do that. So let's resize these back down to be 16 tall. And let's change it so that the sun is centered. Just go 22 or something. Let's flip it horizontally. Just like that. All right. So we have a line there. Cool. Resize it back up to 48. Save it. Then this one we're gonna expand also over to 22, I think. A little less than 22. 20. Yep. Resize it back up to 48. All right, just a very minor thing, but I want it to look good, so it means the time icon, I'm gonna edit that. I guess I may actually have to keep these textures the same size, because if they aren't, it's gonna cause issues. So that's 66 wide. I guess I'll go ahead and just make this 66 wide. We'll just change it live. Change it without reconverting. Just like that. Because yeah, I need the images to be the same size for when I swap it out during nighttime. Otherwise it's going to be broken. Alright, let's edit the region. Just like that. Should update in a second. Oh, is the sun gonna get stretched? Yeah, I think it will. Well, that's not really ideal. Yeah, I guess it would have to stay to one side. I guess I can just keep it on the left. It's probably the only way I'm going to be able to do this. Hey, what's up, Jacob? What time? Actually, shawarma time? Yummy. Wish I had the yummy food right now. That's epic. I think I'm having tacos tonight. Which is cool. But yeah, what have you been up to? How are you doing? See how far away should this be? I think the center thing's the same size. No, it's not. This whole thing should be 19 pixels. This one is... Oh, wait. We're going back. It's 20 pixels. Ah, it's okay. We can fix it. Did not merge. Okay. Flip horizontal. Also, I realize I flipped the moon here, so I'll undo that. And back up to 48. Okay. Let's wait for it to update. It'll import it again. Come on. There we go. So yeah, what we could actually do is just do this. This will probably work better. So we just keep that center on the left, and then we can just move our margin like that. And because the sun thing doesn't change its position. So it'll just look like that. Day one, and we're good. Looks like margin right has changed. Oh, it's like, because we're in the wrong spot. So that's what it'll look like instead. I think that is looking pretty good. Keep that 1 pixel over there. Then that one has to be multiple 3. So 12 would be, or I guess it doesn't matter because the font size will be whatever. Just getting it to a nice value. I think that looks pretty good. All right. So then now we just have to change on the player when we actually set the day. That's the day icon. Day label, that text. It will be that, but we're gonna say it's this also. TR day plus that. And then at the top, I think we have to check our day label. Yeah, because we changed it. Day label, and then our time icon is probably changed. Actually, no, it didn't. All right, so we're good there. That should be it. Obviously, the image is not updated here, so it's a little weird. Let's relaunch the game. Alrighty. Changed the day indicator to include the word day to avoid confusion. Alrighty. That's looking pretty nice. I might add in an option now to make that semi-transparent, including the health bar maybe. Because it can get a little bit annoying, I think. Now especially that it's bigger, you know? It wasn't an issue before, but yeah. I'll probably make that change. Yeah, I mean, that's looking pretty good. Oh, I think that looks nice. So it should change to the sun sprite. I'll just wait and make sure that that does actually happen. I don't see why it wouldn't, but yeah. I would like to add in commands. I know the mod is epic, and I do like the mod that Potato Dev did. But, I think I'd like to have more control over it. I want to be able to update stuff, you know? So... yeah, I might make a command system. Because I find myself using it so much. Just for giving me stuff. Like right now, instead of sitting here and waiting for day, I could just say /day. You know, stuff like that. How long is day-night cycle? Yeah, it's, I believe it's 5 minutes? Let me go check. It's in seconds. It's the, day length variable. It's not in there. Oh yeah, it's in here. Day length is 600 seconds, which I believe is 5 minutes. Or no, that's 10 minutes. Not 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm stupid. So yeah, each day is 10 minutes, but it's half. So it's half day, half night. So 5 minutes of day and 5 minutes of night. I've actually changed it a little bit recently where daytime is slightly longer than nighttime. So it's not an exact value now. Here, if I go to the multiplayer menu thing, I can show you what that is with the main menu. So in here, there's this lighting thing, and it has like a one of these do this. This is the gradient for the daytime stuff, and so this is both the whether it's night or day, but also the color of the day. So, yeah, it's not really an exact thing, right? We could calculate a ratio if I just say, or I might have it in here, the raw data, the offsets. So these are the values. We can just calculate the length of things. So daytime really extends from here to here. So that's from 1 over to not to 3. So 0.65 minus 1. Oops. So day is just ever so slightly longer than nighttime. But really, in reality, day will start here and end here. So honestly, it's probably more like 70% of the day is day, and then 30% is nighttime. I just made day a little bit longer so that solar panels are better for people. Because obviously if day is super short, then solar panels really suck. So, but yeah, that's how that's calculated. Yeah, I'll probably add in an option then for this transparency. I will write that down. Yeah, any other things? I do have to end stream off here in just a minute, and go eat dinner. But any other little questions or quality of life things you'd love to see right now? I might actually put up an announcement on Discord and just like give people an opportunity in a thread to come up with some ideas. So yeah. But anything before I leave? Of course, we have an ad starting soon. I guess it's a good time to write down things. How do I create a thread? Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll make that font a little bit smaller. The day font. I guess it's not that bad. I'll keep it how it is. Any plans to add fishing? I would really love to add fishing. Honestly, that's something I probably will be doing for the next major update. I think the plan for the next one is going to be a couple different things. I guess I'll wait until the ad's over, because... Or actually, no, your subs were good. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Couple different things I wanted for the next update is just going to be more... I don't know what the name's going to be. Maybe we're just going to call it the homesteading update or something. But I want to add animals that you can ranch and feed and harvest and get products from. I want to add more food recipes and probably like potions and stuff like that, more consumables that are just directly food but can apply effects without hunger involved. And fishing is going to be a part of that too, along with like some economy stuff so you can like sell your farm products and stuff and make money. It's just complicated to do that economy though, because it's super easy to make a lot of food. Right? So, yeah. It can get really overpowered quickly. But I think it would be fun, though, to be able to do that. I don't want dungeoning to be the only method of money, you know, because I feel like that's kind of not fair to the people that don't do dungeoning. And so I've always wanted a way to make money through your automation. But I just have to get the market dynamics right for that. But yeah, I would love to do fishing with that too. I think it'd be really fun. You know, being able to go to Tyria and fish different things and stuff, or fish in the dungeon. I always do like fishing mechanics. I do love the fishing in Fate, those games, if you've ever heard of that. Oh yeah, spoilers for Tyria, by the way, sorry. I really like these games. Not these ones. This one, the older one. And I really like the fishing system. Because it's like, there's different zones you can fish in and different, you know, you could fish in lava or you can fish in water, and depending on your depth changes the fish. It's very involved, actually. And then I think later you can turn your fish into potions and stuff, which I like. So, I like that. I want people to be able to go out and fish and then use their fish, sell them, or make epic potions. I think would be very fun. So yeah, definitely planned. I would like to. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Let me know if there's any other questions about that stuff. I'm always on Discord, so if you wanna just at me whenever, you're totally welcome to, and ask me questions, or I'm probably gonna make a thread, so feel free to leave things you guys would like to see in there. Because now we're kind of at this point where, like, we don't have another major sale until, like, February. And so we're kind of in this spot where, like, I have a lot of time to work on fun stuff. And not like a super long time, you know, but a pretty nice stretch of time. It'll be a pretty relaxed schedule with what we're planning for the next update. So, you know, there's some room for some more fun quality of life or just little wacky mechanics that you guys like to see, like driving or stuff like that, right? So let me know. I am going to put up a thread for that, but yeah. All right, well, that's going to be it for today's stream. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate it. Guess we can go pick somebody to raid. What is this? Controlling improbabilities. Oh, improbability control bureau. Dawes is actually doing game development stuff, not Factorio, so I'll read Dubs. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming. Feel free to join the Discord. Starground is out on sale right now, so if you want Starground, check it out. It's like $8 or something right now, USD. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Gonna enjoy the tacos. Thank you, I appreciate it. You have a good night as well. I'm gonna start the raid. Okay, and we're off in 5 seconds. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Be sure to check out that thread on Discord. I'm gonna make it right now, and it's just gonna be for coming up with ideas. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.